Hey Algebra, what we're going to do is today we are going to learn how to find slope. Oh, sorry. Up until now we've been working on what is a function and what is a relationship, what is a domain and range, but we haven't really talked about what a function really is or a linear function. So today we're going to find the slope because there's multiple ways. Okay, and I am on page bunch. I need 31 and 32. I'm sorry, 32. Okay? And what we're going to do is we are going to tear down the page. I'll show you. Okay. So if you notice this page, I want you to fold down the bottom third, and we're going to do something with that in just a moment. Okay? So just about that much. And we're going to end up cutting a flap on each one after we do it. Okay. Reduce this a little bit. There we go. I can find slope. One, you can find a slope from a graph. Two points on a coordinate plane, and from an equation. And this is a special equation. All right, let's take one at a time. So from a graph, you always have an x and a y. Of course, x and our y. If, let's pretend that this, and we'll do it up here. Okay. So what I have is a 1. I have 1, 2, and 3, and this is a -1. Okay. When you're doing this, you look at how many times it's called rise over run, okay? So from a graph, and I'm going to explain that in the next. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut right here, and I'll end up cutting that excess off in just a minute, okay? So you have a graph. So how do I find the slope? Your slope is called the rise divided by your run. And it should not be something new. We did this last year, okay? But we didn't go into it as much. So I created a triangle on that graph before. Did you notice that? I created a triangle. And so what that means is anything vertical is your rise, and anything horizontal is your run. Okay, so my rise here would be 1, 2, and a 3. And my run is, if this is a -1 to 0, and a 1 again, would be 2. Okay? All right, so when we do, this is another way. The other thing is sometimes you have a negative when you move left, and when you move down, it's a negative. The way I tell people is look at your rise and your run. Keep it all positive. So then at the end, whenever you have a line that points up to the sky on your right, this is a positive slope. When it points to the ground on your right, this is a negative slope. And then this is a 0 slope, and this is undefined. Okay, how do you remember all that? All right, here's my Jack and Jill story. Jack and Jill went up the hill. They fell down the hill. And then Jack said, "Oh, no," because he fell off the cliff. Okay? That way you can remember the zero slope is a horizontal line, and this is not a function. It's not, it's undefined. And we realized that, remember, when we were doing if it was a function or not. And if you notice, if I were doing a vertical line test, I would hit in multiple y's for the same x. That's why it is not a function. All right, the next one is between 2 points. So you can find the slope from 2 points, and you have, if you are given an x and a 1, y1, sorry, x2, and then y2. Okay, so when you're given 2 points, all you will do, and basically what we're finding is the slope equals the change. I will commonly use the delta symbol, and that means change. Okay? So the formula for slope, and this is on your reference sheet, is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay? We're going to play with this on another day. Today I'm going to have you focus on just the graph, okay? All right. And the last one is an equation. Y equals mx plus b. This should not be anything new. Your m is the slope. Okay, your b is the y-intercept. And always include the sign that is to the left of the b. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Okay. So what we've done is slope is huge. It's the change. It's why does the line increase or decrease? And we're going to spend a week on this. And today we're going to focus just on the graph. But I want you to keep in mind also, and this is just a reference tool to come back to, remember that when we're talking about slope, it is commonly referred to as the unit rate. There's all different kinds of names. Rise over run. Okay, variation. And of course the word slope, or also the constant rate of change. Okay, so this is all nothing new. You did this in 7th grade, but we're going to take it one step further, okay? So today what I did is I gave you a Khan Academy video, and you're going to do everything online, focusing on how do you find the slope from a graph, okay? We're just going to focus on this, all right? I will see you tomorrow. We will definitely have a lesson. I'm going to do it tomorrow afternoon, which is a Wednesday, just because I was absent today. All right, see you tomorrow.